Okay, back for card number 2 for February to go kits. This was the first card that I made, and in the description you will find the playlist for this month, and you will find the video that I did on this one. This is my second card. This is what we're going to be doing, and it has lots of parts and pieces, but it does go together rather quickly. So I'm going to pull out everything I'm going to need and go ahead and we're going to get started. Let's start with the stamping. So for this one, I'm going to be using the Best Wishes on the stamp set that I'm featuring this month. And I'm going to be using Gorgeous Grape and Shaded Spruce also on this card. Card number 1, I did 2. So let me just open up both of my ink pads here. I'll put that card right there so you can kind of see it. And the way to get one of these card kits is to spend $35 subtotal in my online store on anything that's currently available. Then you are sent the kit the following month. So this is February's kit. And I had a little setback with a couple medical issues this month, so kind of late getting it out, but getting it out today. All right, so this is for the inside of the card, so we're going to go ahead and wait on that. So I'm going to take the big circle, and I'm going to stamp up Best Wishes, ink up Best Wishes. And this is another one of the Stylish Shapes dies that I'm featuring for the month. So I've got Best Wishes. Then this one I'm going to be using this flower image and this leaf image. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and stamp my leaf first. So I'm going to ink that up. And I'm just going to stamp that, if I'm in the camera, right there. All right. So then I'm going to take my flower image and ink that up. And just going to put that right there. All right. So I've got these two ready to go. So I wanted to do something fun on the inside. So this is what it came with on the inside. I took one of the dies, and this is from the Nested Dies. All the information is in the description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp 3 of these leaves right there. And you know what? Since we have the envelope ready, I'm going to stamp that right there. Then I'm going to close this up. Then I'm going to bring back my flower stamp, and I'm going to ink up flower stamp. And I'm simply lining them up just the best I can, but it's handmade, so it does not have to be perfect. I love it. And while I have that out, I'm going to finish up my envelope. Whoops, that did not. You know what? It's an envelope. We're going to leave it. Excuse me. Let me close that up. We are, all done with the stamping. Show you how quickly this card comes together. So I am using Highland Heather. I was going to say an old purple color, but that was not going to be the correct name. Oh, there's so many. I've been doing this for 24 years, so I was thinking of lavender lace. And lavender lace has not been... it has not been around for quite a while. Okay. Somebody asked at card class the other day, last week, if I knew all the colors by looking at them. I'm like, pretty much. So this layer is going to go right here. And as I mentioned in the first video, if you wanted to catch that one, to watch that first card that I made, I had mentioned Julie Davison. She's a fellow demonstrator, and this is her stamp set, and I used her layout. Changed up a few things, but basically this is her layout. And I wanted, should have raised it just a little higher, but that's okay. It's all right. It will work. So I wanted to just change it up a little bit and use the supplies that I was already planning on using. So this was my take on her card, but I will put her name in the description so you can check hers out. All right, I've got that there. So I brought in that shaded spruce to bring in some of that pretty pattern there. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put that right here. Remember, there's two sides to the card, to the designer paper, so you can use whatever side you would like. I'm going to bring that over just a tiny bit. All right. So this card does come together pretty quickly. So next thing I'm going to put is I'm going to pop up both of these circles with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I've got a tip for the cool new embellishments that I'm going to be using on this card. Let's see. I'll use my nails since I finally have grown my nails back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that, I'm going to put that about right here. Then this tag, this is how it's going to come, and then you're just going to cut this in half. So now we've got two halves, and what I found easiest to do was to get out my mini glue dots, which I forgot to get out. So what I'm going to do is I want to put the tag like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a mini glue dot on top of my die, or my die here. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck that in. Okay, so I see that I should have. All right, so I'm going to pull this back up and I'm going to position it a little bit higher. And then that way it gives me a little bit more of a tag. Do the same thing on this side. So let's see. Oops. All right. So I'm just going to tuck this right here. There we go. It's kind of a fun creative look, I feel. Then I'm going to bring in this other circle that I've done, stamped on it. It's ready to go. And that is going to go right here. Then to finish up the card, excuse me, I'm going to bring in, if I can find them, I just had them. Okay. These are the antique pearls. So this is how they come. Well, let me show you. This is how they come. See the blue? Kind of matches my new nails. So what I'm going to do is I took the light Night of Navy, and there's two sides to it. There's a brush end and there's a bullet tip. I like to take the bullet tip end and simply color my embellishments. Leave me a comment if you've ever thought to color embellishments. I do this all the time. I just felt I wanted to bring out some of the blue in the designer paper. I know it's not that same exact tone, but I felt like it really brought out that paper very well. Let that dry. It doesn't take very long to dry, but I've got some here that are dry. And just gonna pop one right there. Then as you can tell, I did play with a little bit more colors, and I did come up with I'm loving the blue the best. So that is how I determined my embellishments for this card. And if some of these feel like I might have did the embellishment just a little bit darker, you can always go in and just be very careful and just kind of get them a little bit darker for your liking. All right, so that completes card number 2. And the envelope. All right, moving on to card number 3.